I will, what is it, concede the floor? I will, whatever. You know what I mean. Go ahead, Mr. Stump.
Thank you, Kelly. Good afternoon, everybody. And today it is my great pleasure and a very special privilege to introduce to you Nico Iannelli. He's our Rotary International Governor for 2021-2022. Governor Nico was formally installed into this position in late June and will serve through next June 30th. Governor Nico is an insurance and risk consultant with Marsh & McLennan, a widely respected insurance organization focusing on middle-sized businesses. And I think of great and personal interest, he is also president of Queen City Honor Flight. Queen City Honor Flight, a very fine organization that many of us are familiar with, is one that recognizes the bravery, the determination, and the patriotism of our nation's senior war veterans with a one-of-a-kind journey to Washington, D.C., where they experience the opportunity to see the memorials and the monuments to their patriotic service. The trip is only one day, but the experiences are truly life-changing for these, our veterans. Governor Nico has also served in the U.S. military. He is a U.S. Army veteran, a combat medical specialist, and Governor Nico, thank you for your service. In the world of Rotary International, there are roughly 1.2 million Rotarians. Governor Nico is one of only 500 Rotarians worldwide serving as district governor. He is a member of the Rotary Club of Waxhaw-Weddington, where he has served in many leadership roles. He has been a Rotarian for 12 years, and at the age of 43, he is the youngest governor to serve as governor in District 7680. And we all hope that his selection and service will be an example of opportunities that younger Rotarians can aspire to. His work within the district has been very exemplary, especially in the areas of talent identification and leadership development at the district level. Governor Nico's responsibilities are quite broad, and he is the only designated officer of Rotary International in our district, which covers a large area of central North Carolina from Charlotte north to the Virginia state line, east to Rockingham and Hamlet, and west to Shelby and Kings Mountain. A very vital part of his leadership includes enhancing member engagement and increasing public awareness of Rotary clubs. Now, he'll be saying more about this, but one of his main goals for the coming year is to do more by growing more, by encouraging new and exciting ways in which Rotary clubs can expand their reach into communities and into the world. On the personal side, he's a foodie, and I'll let him tell you more about that himself. He's married with 5 children, and he's considered by many to be the consummate collaborator through his notable work with past, present, and future Rotary leadership to strengthen Rotary. He's also well-versed in the technologies and the social media channels that are needed to enhance and increase Rotary's presence and impact. Governor Nico is clearly passionate about service. He is a great example of a leader that not only talks about service, but does something about it and lives the current worldwide Rotary International theme, serve to change lives. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Dilworthians, it is a great honor to present to you Governor Nico Iannelli, and let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you, past District Governor Jim. It's humbling, and it is my honor to come speak to the club today, even though we're virtual. And I'm going to keep this in gallery view because I like seeing everybody. And if you're able to do it there at the Dilworth Grill, that'd be great too. Like I said, it was 3 years to get to this point of going through leadership training through Rotary International. I joined Rotary 12 years ago and never thought I would have this opportunity. It never even came to mind. I happened to get invited to Rotary, 12 years ago. I graduated through Leadership Union. I served on a couple of nonprofits, And, I was out with a friend and he's like, you got to come to Rotary. Didn't know what it was. Didn't know about polio. He's like, Bill Gates, polio, just come. And, it was one of the best things. I spent 6 months visiting different clubs, and then ended up joining the my home club, the Rotary Club of Waxhaw, Weddington. And we were a small club back then, meeting at 7:30 in the mornings. But through that, I got to meet one of my best friends and mentors, Chuck DeMund, who passed away 2 years past at 83. And for 10 years, it was a wonderful journey, helping me along the way, showing me the bigger picture of Rotary. But as the governor and the only officer in the district, it's my pleasure. I get to an opportunity to meet so many more Rotarians than I've have before, and to be here to help support Kelly, your club president. And I really want to give a special thanks to Kevin and Jenny. They've stepped up and helped me in so many different ways. Jenny's helping us build out the public image committee. We're working on communication. Kevin, as you know, is serving as assistant governor for the Charlotte clubs. But he also, stepped in to be my chief of staff, my right hand. So over the next couple of weeks and months too, we're going to be working on communication and streamlining everything. But I give a special welcome from Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta from India, who is now living in Evanston as of this week. And his theme for the year is Serve to Change Lives. And at International Assembly back in January, when this was shared with us, and keep in mind, I'm thankful that we're all able to use technology into pivot. As of last night, Jenny was saying, "Hey, are you coming in person or not?" There's a lot of uncertainty. Many of you have got the email. We were planning our district conference for the first time in almost 30 years. It's actually 29 years. I was corrected. But in almost 30 years, we're going to have it here in Charlotte. And it was scheduled for September 10th and 11th. And I spent the last week on endless calls with medical directors and fellow Rotarians and doctors on, where are we going? One of the benefits of working with Marsh, the world's largest risk management company, the data and intel that we have, I'm looking at these models and talking to Rotarians. And the whole thing is, we know as Rotarians, we love the fellowship. We love getting together. We get to learn from each other. And we couldn't do it in a safe environment where we can all go home and not have to worry about any of our family members getting sick. So we made the decision last week to postpone the district conference from September. The new date is going to be February 25th and 26th. So it's the week of Rotary's birthday. For those that don't know, Rotary's birthday or anniversary is February 23rd. So we're going to have a week long of celebration, but there'll be more information coming out with that. But, with the uncertainty of everything that's going on, we have the flexibility. We need to pivot. And speaking with Jenny and with Kelly and with Kevin, looking at the clubs, each club has autonomy to do what is best for your members. We're encouraging hybrid. It changes by the day, changes by the hour, but having this flexibility where we can connect online. For those that or at the grill, sorry I can't be there, but I will come for lunch and sit down just as a fellow Rotarian. I shared at our installation, even though there's a new Rotary year, there's a new theme that's there. There's some new positions and leadership that's here to support you. It doesn't change what we're doing. We're still Rotarians. We continue doing the projects that we're doing in the community. We try to get bigger and better with it. So I'm excited to share it. So the district conference will be February 25th and 26th. We'll share some more info on that one. Just give some highlights on a couple of big events for the year that will be on DACDB. That is the district database. It will also be on the new website that Jenny and I are working on. Promise. I have no kids this weekend, so I'm going to devote time to try to get that done. But we revamped the website. It's going to be a lot easier to navigate. It's there to be a resource for the clubs. It's also going to be outward facing for the general public. And we're going to have it so that way the clubs can really highlight their projects that they're doing. I'll talk a little bit more about that. So that will be coming out soon. So our next event will be our Foundation Gala. That's going to be here in Charlotte at the beautiful Grand Bohemian Hotel on November. I should have all this memorized. November 12th. My apologies. It'll be a Friday evening. It's on DAC DB registration will be opening up soon. And we were fortunate enough, we were able to get past Rotary International President Barry Rassin from the Bahamas will be coming in to help us celebrate. For those that participated in the $1 Million Challenge with past District Governor Mike Walker and past District Governor Beth Trotter for that year, our district raised a little bit over $1.5 million for the Rotary Foundation. So congratulations for those that participated in it. And we'll do a special reception and recognize those Rotarians that gave to our foundation that were able to do so much. So November 12th, we'll have the Foundation Gala. The district conference will be our mid-year assembly. So we'll have training and programs throughout the day on Friday and Saturday, as well as our speakers. And that'll be February 25th and 26th. And then we were fortunate, unfortunately, so past District Governor Mike Walker had to cancel our district conference in Greenville, South Carolina last year. And Mike and I worked diligently with the hotel to try to offset the losses that we would have had for canceling the contract. So we're able to work with them and get some credit. So we're going to have our SASSY Awards. And we call them SASSY because, you know, our one of our chairs on there like the word sassy, and it's going to be our Service Above Self Awards. And that will be on Saturday, May 21st. It's a one-night event in Greenville. And this is to highlight all the work for the clubs. It's all awards, recognizing our distinguished Rotarians and highlighting the projects that we're doing. So, you know, we'll have that hybrid event in person as well as virtual, just to celebrate and showcase, to share what we're doing. You know, telling our story is just as important as the projects that we are doing. You know, for many years, I learned in the early days of Rotary, even when I joined, as Rotarians, we give, we serve, we do believe in service above self. We're continually doing in our community, but we've done a poor job on sharing and telling the stories. We were always too humble to do so. But in turn, you know, I'm advocating for all the clubs and asking them, share the stories. You know, Jenny, you've done great, and the Worthy newsletter that's being done and going out there, and use all the channels. You know, we're all brand ambassadors for Rotary. You know, I feel like the more that the community knows on what we're doing, and getting involved, you know, the attraction and engagement that we'll have, more people will want to join. As more people join, it makes our club stronger, but we're able to do more. So Shaker's thing is each one bring one. The challenge is for each member to bring another member to the club. You know, if you're at 46 members now, everybody brings one member, you just doubled in size. And just think about how many more projects you can do. How many more volunteers could be at MedAssist or doing the literacy program. I love the whole feed the body, feed the mind. As Jim mentioned, I am a foodie. You don't get a body like this without eating. And I enjoy it. And for me, food is a symbol of peace. You know, being able to sit around the table, I feel like you can have conversations and have conflict resolution and strategize and plan. It unites everybody. I'm the first one in my family that was born here in the U.S. And for me, serving in the Army was my way of giving back and thanking. You know, but food was always one of those things that united all of us. And we learned through the pandemic that there's a tremendous increase in food insecurities right here in our backyard. Thanks to Kevin Kendrick, he connected us with the Second Harvest Food Bank. They reached out to us. Second Harvest is celebrating their 40th anniversary, and they service 9 counties of the 14 counties that our district is in. And they asked us to partner. So we'll be one of 40 partners with Second Harvest. And hopefully tomorrow we'll be sending out an email with more information on it. Kevin's going to be taking the lead. But so they asked us for their 40th birthday. From September 1st to November 1st, we're asking all the clubs to engage in food projects. And these can be projects that you're doing now. You know, Second Harvest supports 2,000 of nonprofits in our communities, whether it's doing meal packings or collecting food items, you know, making sandwiches for the frontline workers. You know, many projects that you're doing now. I know they offer assistance with MedAssist too. You know, so all those things would be counted towards it. So we're going to be looking at keeping track. You know, we've asked Kevin as well as the past Assistant Governor, Sean Godham, and Linda Ravnick, and our Feed 10 Million chair, Assistant Governor Paula Smith, are going to be spearheading this and sharing and giving information to the clubs to collaborate. For those that don't know, zones 33 and 34, which are all the Rotary clubs from Pennsylvania all the way down to the islands, make up our zone. And we've been collaborating together on raising 10 million meals a year. Now it's a lot of food, and we're going to have it also that because everybody has their time, talent, and treasure. So it'll be easy on if you collect so much food on how many meals that equates to. If you volunteer, how many hours of volunteer time that you put equates to how many meals, or if you're able to donate your treasures and donate money, for each dollar, how many meals does that equate to? And we'll keep track of all that, and we'll have it running on the website too. So at the end of the year, we can see on how many meals and how many lives we're actually able to impact with that. So I'm super excited to share that. And Kevin, thank you for spearheading that and working that partnership with them. They do so much, and we can continue doing more. We talked about feeding the body and feeding the mind, and got this actually from your club. Looking at food insecurities and literacy projects. When we were planning the district conference, we had it set up. President Shaker's one of his goals is to empower women and girls. I have 3 daughters here at the house, and I have always told them from day one that they can do anything that they want. They can do the same thing as the boys. I learned this, in a family where it was very old school. Both my parents were off the boat, and I committed to breaking that whole cycle and knew that my sisters and my daughters can do all that we can do. So we want to continue encouraging, empowering women and girls through the various projects that we're doing. We were raising money for the Answer Scholarship at the district conference. We have over 700 women in Rotary. And Kelly, I know you were joking that you were the only female there earlier. You come visit our club in Waxhaw, Weddington. We had 22 members when I was president. Now we're up to over 65, and we're made up more than 50% women. I invited a couple of friends that were ladies that I knew were very influential and powerful in our communities. I invited one, they brought 5. Those 5 brought 15, and it continues to grow and grow. And we encourage that as well. Look for each other for mentorship and support. The backbone, we're looking at different ways of engaging clubs. Myrna mentioned earlier about the Passport Club, which is an all virtual club that we're looking at starting in the district. We're looking at things like the Impact Club that's being done up in Asheville. It's totally all online. We look at, one thing that we learned through the pandemic is that everybody's looking to connect differently. We need to engage with members and even our communities differently. We need to present differently, kind of like how we're doing right now that we're connecting virtually. It's been a blessing in disguise. I've been fortunate to be using Zoom for many years. It started probably about 5 years ago when I was one of 100 Rotarians that were selected to be part of the, we call them we were young professionals throughout the zones. And we were connecting by Zoom, So I have classmates and friends that were in Florida and Pennsylvania that we were all connecting through Zoom, and learn through that we can get different speakers. We can jump on. There's times where, because I never sleep, that it's 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning, I get an invite that Shekhar Mehta, our president, is doing a presentation somewhere, and I'm jumping on the Zoom. Or there's a speaker talking about how they climb Mount Everest, and just engage in exciting topics and able to go on. And what's great is a lot of these are recorded too. So if you're not a night owl, you can go back and play these. But so technology is our friend. We want to be able to be more diverse. We talk about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I spoke to Kevin and he mentioned some of the committees that we're doing. So for the first time, our district has a diversity, equity, and inclusion council, which is being formed to help support the clubs. And it's not just the way that we look. It's not the color of our skin. It's so much more, being flexible on how we meet, how we get together. This meeting today is a perfect example. There's some of us that couldn't make it for whatever reason, but we're able to still fully engaged, whether we're there or virtually. being able to share and hear the different topics, hear about the projects that we're doing, and still have opportunities to go out. I sent an email out when these numbers started surging, and put a request in. So I went ahead, we ordered 1,000 of these face masks, the Rotary face masks. And I'm going to get with Kelly or Kevin today or tomorrow, because they ordered some for the club. And it's great. One, it's doing the right thing, right? Right now the mandates are out there, for us to mask up, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. And it's kind of scary on how things are surging, but we got through a lot worse. As Rotarians, we'll get through this together, and we need to be an example for all. It's encouraging when we see folks doing MedAssist or any of the projects that everybody's wearing masked up. Now you can wear your Rotary mask, so you got your little branding out there. But this has sparked the conversation. We've been advocating for polio for over 30 years, and we are this close. There's only 2 cases currently in Afghanistan and Pakistan. And with all the uprising there, even the Taliban is concerned, because they do have kids too, that they've been working with Rotary and the folks that are running the End Polio Now as well. So hopefully, they can continue helping us with that, outside of all the political stuff that is going on. But the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council meant a lot to me. We are an example for all. So Kevin and Lorena Prince have been working together. If you're interested to sign up, send Kevin an email or let them know. And we're going to be doing seminars and training programs on that too. We also asked the clubs during their president-elect's training was to, how as a club can we be more flexible? Look at our membership models, look to see what our dues are, having the flexibility. As Kelly mentioned, right now, this with the uncertainty, let them know on how many people are attending, so that way the restaurant could prepare for meals. These are things that help keep costs down. But as far as for the dues that we pay, so obviously, we have our club dues, and some money goes to Rotary International for their support. Some money goes to the dues. Some of the dues goes to the district, which goes for the support. I'm happy to say, even though we had to make some adjustments to the district dues on it, but now each Rotarian is now participating in our youth services program. Several dollars of the amount that you're paying to the district is going to our RYLER, our Rotary Youth Leadership Awards Awareness Program, Seminar for Tomorrow's Leaders. It's a program that our district has had for over 10 years. It's run by all Rotarians. Everybody volunteers their time. And it's really a premier leadership program that opens up many other doors. So a few dollars is going to go towards that to help offset some of the tuition costs. So typically in the past, where each club, even your club, has paid $500 to sponsor a student, that scholarship amount may be reduced to $250, because each one, every Rotarian is now every year is participating in it. So maybe you can have 2 students go to the program. So it's things like that we're looking to change and work on. As we continue to serve to change lives, I'm amazed every day at the projects and all the good that the Rotarians are doing. I'm inspired and encouraged by, even with Jenny and Kevin. We talk several times a day, and between different calls and different projects and things that are going. Continue doing that. Tell the story and share. I want to leave a few minutes too, and want to be able to open it up with you all. Like I said, I'm here to help support the clubs and the projects and all the good that you're doing. I know there's a couple of projects that I'm going to be getting involved with, and I gave all the clubs options this year. The option was I can come in and do the official visit and do the presentation, and I decided not to do the PowerPoints. I want to be able to have a conversation and talk with you all. And then we also extend an invite for any social. So, you have your 73rd anniversary coming up in October. If there's anything going on, I would love to participate and attend in any service projects, things that I can bring my kids out to and do. I'm more than willing. And Kevin's got a little Rota kid that is joining us as well. So let's all give a quick hello.
This is Cameron.
Hey, Cameron.
You say hi? you say hi? He's like, yeah, I want to eat.
Awesome. And it shows one example on how, we are all volunteers, right? So we're in this organization and wearing many hats and multitasking, but I'm inspired and encouraged every day on seeing all that we're doing. Some of the committees. So I mentioned the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Council. We also headed up a new anti-human trafficking task force that is being led by Rotarians, and just got an email yesterday for an invite for I guess like a summit or a conference that's coming up in Raleigh. So we're gonna ask them to go up there and share and be a resource for our club. So anybody interested in that, to send an email and we'll get you connected with the chairs for it. We've been looking at really even for the district leadership. Cam Shandon from the Lake Norman Huntersville would be the governor after me for July 1, and Deb Corbett from Mecklenburg County South will follow. And we have a special relationship. We have been facilitating with Seminar for Tomorrow's Leaders for several years. And Kevin can tell you, we've been working collaboratively on not just for the current year, but also moving forward. So all things that we do, we're looking at how can we bring more value? How can we support the clubs more over the next 3 years? And there's more transparency that's there. So a lot of great collaboration that's going on. I'm probably in the next month or so, I'm going to be sharing that Rotary District 7680, and all the clubs in our district are going to be recognized by Rotary International as a Rotary Peace District. This was started 10 years ago by past District Governor Feroz Pera, where for the contributions that we were giving to the Rotary Peace Centers. And I was amazed to see, our district, we have over $1.4 million in endowments supporting the Peace Fellows, the scholars, and the Peace Centers. So we're going to be using some of the money that we get back from the global funds to give to the Rotary Foundation in recognition of peace. And then our district will be doing that. So we'll continue to be supporting those initiatives. And there's gonna be a lot more. Dr. Eve Renee Jennings is our district peace chair. And she sent emails out to the club. So anybody that's interested in being part of the committee and helping bring front all these programs that are there. I was amazed to learn over the last year or two, a lot of the peace programs and initiatives that I didn't even know. Rotary has a Rotary Positive Peace Academy that was set up by the Institute of Economic and Peace. And there's a free program on there that if you want, as Rotarians or even guests or family members or friends, if you want to learn what the 7 pillars of peace are, you can go to the Rotary Positive Peace Academy, go online for free and learn about this. And it's a great building block from there. We have some amazing youth programs in the district. So we're going to, help share all this. When the website is up, it will be on there as well. In the time that we have remaining, I do want to open it up. I want to hear from you all on, anything that we can do to help support you, any exciting events that are coming up. Like I said, for me, this is truly a humbling experience, and it's my honor to serve as the governor and represent all our members in our district. So thank you for this opportunity. So Kelly, if you may, if you want to walk around with the mic, ask away. This is everybody's time.
All right. So is there anyone in the room that has a question or a comment for Nico? And then online, if you guys would just unmute yourselves and make yourselves known. You guys, hands. Seriously, really? This group has nothing.
I know that maybe I shouldn't be bringing it, but I know Taylor worked with my mind was like yeah, for I'm sorry, go ahead. Taylor, you can tell them what you were working on.
Do you know what she's talking about, Taylor? Hold on.
Human trafficking. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Hold on. Let me give him the mic. We definitely want the information on how to connect with anti-human trafficking task force. Because oh yeah, I'm like talking. We definitely want the information about the Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force, not only because of Taylor's background and interest in it, but we've got other Promising Pages has partners that we want to introduce to them that maybe they might be able to join Rotary through that activity. So here's Taylor.
I put out a little bio of myself because I realized when I was inducted into Rotary, it was right when shutdown happened, and so we actually never did a formal introduction to me because, well, things were just crazy. Like it literally happened. I think Kevin got my application, and then the shutdown was next week. So I think we were all kind of just crazy. But in my previous life, I was a college professor, and specifically, most of my research was on human trafficking and child trafficking. So what I did for about 10 years was research organizations that work with trafficking victims, but also work with law enforcement and government. So I was constantly going back and forth between state capitals, interviewing folks in the legislature, as well as FBI and local law enforcement, and then the other organizations. And in fact, how I found out about Rotary was I was on a board in Iowa called the Network of Human Trafficking, and my board chair was a Rotarian, and he was like, if you know, wherever you go next, you should look into getting into Rotary. So that's how I got here. So yeah, I'm happy to participate in that. It was my previous life. I'm into books now, so. But I can't really get rid. I mean, I did spend 14 years in college over that topic, so I guess I'm be a part of it. So.
That's awesome, and thank you for that too. So I made some notes. Kevin and I will definitely be connecting you. It's things like this, right? So by having conversations, whether it's virtually or in person, they get to learn so much more, right? So we're all in Rotary. You know, we know everybody by their first name, but having these conversations is where we get to learn on, the different programs and where our passions are. So I love it. Taylor, thank you. And we'll definitely be connecting on that one. And this is something that is something near and dear to a lot of members in our district. When we announced the task force, it came with overwhelming support, and everybody is looking to do it. And it's going to be up to the members to do that and share resources, and as well as to be there for the clubs and share. So thank you for that.
So I actually have two questions for you. One of them is, what is going to be different about your reign as governor? I'm going to use reign because I had my Elizabethan collar on earlier. What's going to be different about what you bring to the table this year that we need to be looking out for? And the second question is, what do you need from our club to help support your vision?
Well, thank you. And it's a great question. Like I said, so it's it's not my year, it's our year. We're going to continue doing. So I'm here to help support. My whole thing, I'm trying to streamline, at least at the district level, on some of the processes. How do we make it easier? How is it easier to get the resource and material that you need? I asked Linda Rabnick and Sean Gotham to serve as our community service chairs. Their whole job for their committee is to share with the clubs different projects that are going on, to collaborate. So if you're doing something, you need assistance, you go to their committee, and then they'll send it out and share it. There needs to be a lot more collaboration, so that's one of the things that I'm trying to do. I'm not looking to change anything. Each club is autonomous. They do some amazing things, so any help and support that's needed, we're here. The different committees that are set up are there to be a resource, whether it's for public image, membership, foundation. We're here to help support. Your club has done so much, and even thank you for lending me Kevin and Jenny with a lot of these.
That was not approved by the president. I'm just going to let you know.
Oh, the governor overrided that one. So, but it's no, but thank you. I mean, and there's a lot of things that you guys are doing with the literacy program, right? That it's we're not doing anything different. We're expanding on what we have. How do we make it bigger? How do we make it better? Jim mentioned about bigger and better. How do we do more and grow more? It's by collaborating together. Everybody's a member of a club for many reasons. Whether it's a time and place that works for them. They love the fellowship. the projects that are something that they're passionate about. But my home club is my home club. I joined for many reasons, but I get to visit all the other ones, and there's some great projects that are going on that I'll go to and help them out with. So collaborate with the other clubs and share. Continue telling the story. And that's my biggest ask. Each one bring one, share your passions. We get back to the basics on why do we join Rotary? How do we become a Rotarian? I stopped, the whole word recruiting people. I don't recruit people. I always invite them to come to a service project or a social that we're doing. Many moons ago, I started in my home club, the Rotary Third Thirsty Thursday, which became a mouthful. And I wanted to put a social together. It was not a scheduled meeting. There was no program. I wanted one night a month where we had it designated on the calendar where we can just have a social for fellowship. And even Chuck DeMond, as much as he was my mentor and good friend, got lots of pushback for it. Like, you can't do this. And, we did it. And the third Thursday of every month, we had it on the calendar. We all met at the brewery. And there's nights where we had 40 people. There's nights where we had 2, but everybody knew when it was the third Thirsty Thursday, it was Rotary's night. Everybody was there. And we got to meet spouses, partners, kids, dogs, whoever they brought. And the fellowship got stronger where our family grew. So when we ask somebody to come to our event, we ask them to help join, come with us, join us as our family. Tomorrow in Union County is the United Way Day of Caring. And we have a couple of houses that our club is going to be working on. And we invited friends and family to come. We didn't say, hey, you need to join the club. They come to the project. We have a speaker. We share that. We share the newsletter. Your Dilworth is a great newsletter that goes out. And you guys do a great job with it. So from there, and then people are asking to join, and they continue to join because they like the fellowship and see that we are truly the leaders in our community and all the great work that we do. So in true governor fashion, that was a long answer for a short question.
Well, John Berenger has already taken the winning of the contest for the longest answer to the shortest question. But you can come in second. But that was still a good answer. Thank you. Kevin, you want to put your first hand down? And
thank you. I will unraise my hand. Thanks, Kelly. I just wanted to mention to Taylor, too, that the International Club last year, had a project related. They were working with a group on human trafficking. So that's another resource for you to collaborate with as we look at human trafficking, anti-human trafficking. As Nico says, we have so many resources, so many shared interests that we can, I think, improve the communication on as a district so that we can collaborate in a much more effective way. But I wanted to ask Nico, too, to also comment if he could, and I may have missed this when I was getting Cameron here, but can you talk a little bit about Haiti, Nico, and what we're doing there?
Yeah, and thank you for that. And I didn't get a chance to mention that, too. So obviously, we all know about the devastation in Haiti with the earthquake, and it's still unfolding by the day on, how many lives were lost and people injured. We have, Rotarians in our district that have done many projects down in Haiti and have been on calls every day, focusing on a lot of it's been with water and sanitation programs that were going on down there. So District 7020, I believe, and there's an email that I need to send out to everybody on a earthquake disaster relief fund that's been set up. It's set up by the disaster relief. There's a 501c3 that one of the districts has set up that deals with these things down in the Caribbean. So, there's money's going to Rotarians. We're also looking at this because there's the immediate need for right now. There's also, we know there's going to be ongoing. Haiti's been going, over 10 years since the last earthquake that we've been doing projects down there. So, if you want to donate your treasures to the Haiti relief, we'll share the link in the flyer that will go to the 501c3 that's set up from the Rotary District. So it's Rotarians managing it. They'll make sure that it's going to the clubs down there. I think Haiti has over 20 Rotary clubs that are there. You know, every commune has a Rotary club. We were getting updates even as of this morning of the water wells that projects that we've done down there. And, you know, I think probably about a half a dozen of the water wells, they're still working and operating. But however, all the houses around it all have, you know, have crumbled. So you have these little communities where, you know, 40 or 50 houses that wells were providing water for. The wells are still intact. However, there's no more houses that are there. So this is something that's been near and dear to a lot of members, and we're going to continue to help support it. So we're going to, you know, send out the communications and continue to share it. And once we get more info, I asked George Solomon from the Lake Norman Huntersville Club, and Jerry Carter, the past president from the Charlotte Club, and Dr. Iserne Jennings, who's actually the Haitian ambassador for the water and sanitation program for Rotary in our district, to kind of spearhead it. So when that communication comes out, their contact info is going to be on there. So any questions on it, you know, you can ask them. And then I'm going to be talking to the finance committee on Friday, next Friday, and look to see as far as any of the resources that we have at the district level to help support it. You know, I think things like this is where we need to look at, you know, being more proactive versus reactive. You know, Rotary is not a first responder. You know, there's a lot of great agencies that are there, but Rotary is always there for the long haul. You know, we're always there until the very end to get things done. So, you know, by the day, we're continuing to learn and hear what's going on there, and we're continuing working behind the scenes and gathering info, and even talking to the clubs on some of the initiatives and things that they want to do. And they said we're here to help support in any way we can.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions for Nico before we transition to our last bit here? All right. I'm definitely interested, before we transition, I'm definitely interested in seeing how Linda and Sean share all of the great things that everyone's doing, the volunteer opportunities and the service projects with the club, so that if, because one of my challenges to this club this year is that if we're going to be in a serve change lives, I want every single person having at least one volunteer event under their belts throughout the year. So, and if it's not something that, you know, our club is personally responsible for, are there other clubs that are doing things that they're interested in that they could then join? And we would love for other clubs to join us in our volunteer experiences as well, because we're pretty good at it, right, Kevin Kendrick? We're pretty good at the whole like service volunteer thing. So
You guys are awesome at it.
Well, Nico, thank you so much for being here. We really, really appreciate it. Looking forward to our year together, and just keep letting us know how we can support you and how we can support the district. And with that said, since Nico's not here to pull our winning Rotary ticket, I'm going to have Bob is going to do the honors. Yeah, go ahead.
Shaking it all up. Let's see if I can even find it here. There is one. Let's see, number 8784. I better check my numbers over here.
8784. Oh, it's David Hodgkins. Of course it is. All right, so David, because you're the winner, we actually have some new folks on the call today and in the room that might not even understand what the raffle actually is about. So because you're the winner, I'm going to make you explain it to them. So in short explanation.
Not the winning short. It's a 50-50 raffle. You put your money in, you get, and half of the money, whoever's ticket is picked, you get the money, half the money back. Or you can very, very easily donate it back to the club, and then the half of it goes for our projects. That's right? Perfect. Okay?
Nice short answer.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Stop it. It took me like a couple of years to actually start picking on David Hodgkins, but now I do in a loving way. All right, can we please do our 5-way test? And we don't have our banner up today, but everyone should know it. All right, if you guys on the call want to unmute yourselves, let's do this. I want to hear everyone's voices.
In perfect harmony.
All right, of all the things we think, say, or do, first, is it the
Is it the
truth?
truth?
Second, is it
Yeah,
They
all
are
concerned.
all concerned.
third? Will it build?
Goodwill and
better friendships.
Fourth, will it be beneficial?
Beneficial to all concerned.
Our very favorite. Fifth, will it
Will
be?
it be fun?
Oh yes, please put your dollars in the buckets, pass them up. Those of you online, you can visit the Dilworthian. There are links on there that where you can donate to polio, Alzheimer's, Happy Dollars, Dilworth charities, whatever. Yes, and big, huge thank you to Nico. Thank you so much. Woo woo!
Thank you.
And I'm going to ding the virtual bell and say that we are adjourned. And thank you guys, everybody. Have a safe, healthy weekend. And don't travel too far. Who was that said that? Was it Myrna who said that she got the award for the least amount of mileage?
Thank you, Kelly.
All right, Angie. Hey, good to see you, Angie.
Thank you, everybody.
Everybody.
Thank you, Nico.
Hey, Nico, we meant to tell you, Kevin, oh, he got off, but one of our neighbors is a past Rotarian, and she posted that she wanted to, she said, are there any Rotarians in the neighborhood? Come to find out, she's somebody you recruited. I think she's been gone for 4 years, but I can't remember her name. Maybe Kevin will remember it.
Yeah, well, let me know if anything I can do to help out.
Okay, I will do. We said that you were DG this year, and Kevin, do you remember the neighbor's name who was asking for Rotarians?
No.
We'll look it up and let you know.
Okay.
I think he recruited her.
Right, that's what I was telling him. So we'll let you know who that was.
Awesome.
And if you need me to do anything else on the website, I've done pretty much all I can do right now. So just let me know.
All right. I think you still got the recording on, right?
Yes, I'll cut that part off.
Yeah. Let me know tomorrow. I shall have some time. I need to